Hey there, my name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music as a musician myself from games I've never played or heard about. Today is a Patreon request for Lord Daddy. This is Final Fantasy X-2 opening theme, aka Memories of Lightwaves. Cool name. I am not sure if I've done X-2 before. I've done one song from X, I think. I don't think I've done X2, so this might be a first. Could be wrong. But X has a kind of a cult following, I've noticed. But I've also noticed from FF fans that X2 is not really talked about too much. So we'll see. I'm pretty sure Nobuo Uematsu has nothing to do with this, so I guess we'll find out. Either way, I'm excited. It's always new. It's a new game, is always fun. Kind of short, so it is just the opening sequence, I'm guessing. So let's get into this. Final Fantasy X2 Memories of Lightwaves. Let's go. Oh yeah, we have, oh. To see an opening movie. Oh. Sounds so mystical. I always like when there's credits at the beginning. It's very cinematic. I gotta figure out what that instrument's called. I know what it is too. Nice scale. Very simple. Just arpeggios and chords. I can definitely hear like another composer though. Not sure who it is yet. Very nice opening. Ooh, we even get the screen. That's pretty cool. That was a nice little transition into that. Okay. Well, I love the piano, so I'm kind of biased here. Very simple song. You know, it was just arpeggios and then just like a little lead over it, and then just like the synth playing the chords. And that was pretty much it, but it also made me think of a couple things. There's not much to say musically for me, but I will say something about the piano itself and why I think it's so special to me. And a lot of the music I listen to in my own time has piano in it, or it'll be like a piano with a beat, like just piano in general. I really admire because it's so difficult. I don't know how hard it actually is to play. I just know I'm not good at it. And you know, I play guitar, and guitars are cool because you know your left hand is fretting the notes, and your right hand is basically performing the strings or performing the note you want to be played on the left hand. So they're both working in unison. But for piano, I feel like it's an entirely different beast, and you can hear it here, where that sound to me, if I didn't know, it sounds like two players, you know, one going dun 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 dun, and then one going dun 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 dun, playing the leads. but it's one performance. That to me sounded like one straight live performance, just all the way through, and that is crazy to me. Like, I don't know. I'm right hand dominant, so I can't really imagine working 2 times, one doing something so already kind of difficult. It sounds simple, but it's difficult, right? You're playing single note arpeggios, doom doom doom, and then changing as you're going. And your brain, it'd be one thing if your brain had to do that twice, right? Harmonizing it, but it's not. It's like you're doing one whole melody over here with a certain timing, and then over here you're doing a totally different timing on the opposite end of the keys. So to me, that's always been so like witchcraft. I don't know how they do it, and it seems so impressive. And some people don't even look at the keyboard. They're just like, it's just so crazy to me. So even though I said it's simple, because musically it is, the execution is not. Maybe for a piano player, but I think for most of us, maybe even piano players, that's pretty challenging, and that's so impressive to me. It just, I don't know, it almost defies kind of what we're capable of doing. The fact that we can separate our brain into 2 different melodies and perform them that cleanly, it's crazy. It's actually crazy to me. That's why I respect the piano so much. I think it's one of the harder instruments. Not to put anything down on the other instruments, right? And some you use your breath, your diaphragm, some you use just, you know what I mean? But like with the piano, I feel like it's just so specific with, or any sort of key playing instrument where you gotta like separate your left and right brain to do 2 different things. I don't know, maybe I'm just not cut out for it. So that's what was going on here. It was just, you know, the arpeggiated chords, and the chords came in and the lead started playing these little memorable kind of generic, for lack of a better word, lead lines. But to me, it was more of the whole package. So you get the visual with it, and then it goes into what looks like the main menu, and that's pretty much it. But one thing that did come to mind was, from what I know about X, which is very little, is that game started with like a kind of a heavy rock song, which I think was kind of unique to X. And I feel, from what I've been told, I haven't heard anything past the intro, from what I'm told is that a lot of X is kind of like hard rock and kind of grungy sounding. So when I heard this one, I was expecting an extension of that, right? Just kind of like a more dun 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 or something. So maybe it still is throughout the game, but at least the intro, I guess the intro makes sense. It could be anything. But I just wasn't expecting kind of like this clean piano. I was expecting more of a hard rock, you know, yeah, type of thing. I thought X, like the whole world of X and X-2 was like gritty and all that, but that just shows how much I don't know about Final Fantasy. But cool. As far as the composer, I don't know who it is. I'm sure I actually said here, but I wasn't really looking at the visuals. I'm positive it probably said there, but I don't know who it was. But it definitely didn't sound like Nobuo, which is interesting because even if I didn't know that prior, I feel like I still would have said the same thing. Like, this doesn't sound like Nobuo Matsu. Not saying that he can't make piano ballads or anything, but it just didn't sound like something he would make. So I am pretty sure that X was actually the beginning of him not being a part of it. Or, let me say, being like the sole composer of it, but maybe having a say in it? I don't know. I don't. You guys will tell me, I'm sure. And as far as X2 goes, I don't know at all. I don't know if he's even involved whatsoever. But not to take away from, you know, these composers, they did a really good job. And I'm actually very curious, just because I like Nobuo and all the other stuff. And I know X2 is considered one of the weaker entries, from what I hear. I'm still very interested to hear what more of it sounds like, because it's less popular, because there's no Nobuo, because, you know, all these little things that would go against it, I guess, so to say. That makes me curious. You know, because the gameplay could be totally something else, but the music is what I'm interested in. I care about notes and melodies and this and that. You know, I like to drift away into all that stuff. So that's where I'm interested. So I don't think I have any other X2 request. I don't even know if I have any other X ones. But either way, that's where we're at. And just had to share that. Piano, if you are a piano player, to me, you're a wizard. I don't know how people do it. I'm not even exaggerating. That was my takeaway from this. It just reminded me that I am very jealous of that people can do that, and I don't know how they do it. It's quite mesmerizing to me. Anyways, thank you, Lord Daddy, for that. I appreciate it. A little different from your other request that you've sent as well, so that was pretty cool. If you want to make a request to me, you could do the same thing, Lord Daddy here, and be a part of the Patreon, or do a like one-time PayPal thing. Either is totally fine. It's up to you. But those are guaranteed ways that I will check out your song if you don't mind waiting. If you do not want to wait, there is a platinum tier on Patreon, which expedites your request to the very top, and thus eliminating said wait. A big thank you to Aiden, Justin, Kevin, Mushi Mary, and your average metalhead for being a part of that. Thank you guys so much. A big thank you to my other Patreon supporters that you see on the screen. I cannot be here without them. And thanks to you, the Final Fantasy fans, to everyone that watches these. I really appreciate it, and listen to my nonsense rambles. Until next time, dudes and dudettes, my name is Jesse, VGM rules. Peace.